What's up, guys? Patrick Dinard here with New Christian Smell. I'm going to talk about it's not really faith, it's just kind of making religion make sense for me. So, a big issue, or whenever I started on this Christian path, it was hard for me to like wrap my mind around believing in God, not because I didn't have enough evidence to support it, but I've been in this whole. It's kind of almost like I almost had like a atheist way of looking at things, almost like an atheist worldview, and it just didn't make any sense to me how God could exist in the universe besides Him just telling us He exists here. So I was really frustrated in seeing that the thing that I believe in doesn't logically make sense. And I don't think God is supposed to completely make logical sense. However, it is important for me to have some logic for something I'm going to believe in for the rest of my life. It's important for me, and I think it'd be important for you. So there's this one guy. He's a theologian, to like put it in. That's just easiest for me to describe him. He writes books. He's an author. He does talks around the world. And he speaks. He even gets to speak on Christianity to Mormons. Mormons have got him. He's been invited to Muslim universities and Muslim, religious centers, and he just shares the gospel the way that he knows how. And I think it's very bright because he's very logical, and that helps me a lot. So I'm going to link down in the description below one of his talks, and you can see if you like him or not. He's an older Indian dude, and so I enjoy his accent. I appreciate the fact that he's older, so he's been through some stuff. He's wiser than me. If you're older than me, you've been here longer, so you obviously know more. Whether or not it's right or not, it's debatable, but you do know more than me. You have more years on me. So he's really well read. He's he's got a PhD. He's a doctor. He's got a doctorate, so he's really smart. But it's really interesting is this talk that I'm linking down below. He starts it off with this story. I thought the story was pretty neat. What's kind of interesting is it talks about a man that's getting lost, and I'm going to read it for you. I got it on my computer. But it's really cool is because that's kind of how I felt when I like got on the Christian bandwagon. It was like hey, I found something cool. I was lost for a little bit, but I found something. But then it's still not something I really thought it was, and that makes no sense now. But let me read the story. So, anyways, the story is called "A Touching Bagpipe Story." So here it goes. As a bagpiper, I play many gigs. Recently, I was asked by a funeral director to play at a graveside service for a homeless man. He had no family or friends, so the service was to be at a pauper cemetery in the Kentucky backcountry. As I was not familiar with the backwoods, I got lost, and being a typical man, I didn't stop for directions. I finally arrived an hour late and saw a funeral guy had evidently gone, and the hearse was nowhere in sight, and there were only diggers and a crew left while they were eating lunch. I felt badly and apologized to the men for being late. I went to the side of the grave and looked down, and the vault lid was already in place. I didn't know what else to do, so I started to play. The workers put down their lunches and began to gather around. I played out my heart and soul for this man with no family and friends. I played like I've never played before for this homeless man. And as I played Amazing Grace, the workers began to weep. They wept, I wept, we all wept together. When I finished, I packed up my bagpipes and I started for my car. Though my head hung low, my heart was full. As I opened the door to my car, I heard one of the workers say, "I've never seen nothing like that before, and I've been putting in septic tanks for 20 years. Apparently, I'm still lost. It's a man thing." So, that was a pretty cool story. It made me chuckle when I first heard it. It was pretty neat, is because I relate to that in the fact of, when I came to Christianity, I realized it was kind of like going to a gig. Like I kind of knew I was supposed to be there growing up, but I always stayed away from it until I finally accepted it, tried to get there, and thought I got there, but I didn't arrive. I tried to play the games. I went through the motions of going through a Christian lifestyle, but it really didn't stick with me. So now I'm trying to actually make it stick. But one of those things that helped me was Robbie Zacharias. He's the guy that I'm linking down below. And see if he helps you kind of logically think through that, God can exist in this universe. And it's pretty is pretty neat and it's thought-provoking. So tell me what you think about the video below. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Thanks, guys.